These are Naruto games on Nintendo GameCube. I'm gonna go over every single one of them from oldest to newest. Are these games bad, or are these games so good you'll even start to have an appreciation for Sakura? Okay, nothing can be that good. Hi, I'm Eric and I do everything, and nothing screams nostalgia for us early 2000s kids like Naruto, the GameCube, and the THS intro. Oh. It's something that'll blow you away like Naruto, which is perhaps one of the most popular anime manga out there. Naruto centers around a guy named, well, Naruto, who goes on adventures stopping baddies, tries to become the Hokage of the village. But let's be honest, we all know him as the ultimate kiss. Well, with that being said, let's take a look at the kick-butt world of Naruto GameCube games. Alright, what's first on the list, Timmy? Oh, Naruto Clash of Ninja. That game was developed by Enlighten, who is mainly known for their shoot-'em-up games and fighting games, like the Bleach PSP games and Kuro Kurin, which is Kuro. Well, until Kuro killed me. Heck yeah, I can't wait to play Naruto Clash of Ninja. Well, let's see if it's good or not, shall we? Right when we boot up the game, we witness 30 seconds of logos, a random opening that briefly goes over Naruto's past, and Sakura being the frick out of the loading sign. Something tells me she hates Microsoft Windows updates like me. After all that, we are presented with a variety of different options, with the main attraction being the story mode this game offers. The story mode is quite what you expect from a Naruto game. It features the typical Naruto comedy we all know and love, the cheesy but charming inspirational nature of the anime, and intense scenes we all know and love. Story-wise, this game isn't anything new, as the story of this game takes place during Naruto's graduation from the academy to the first major battle against Yabusa. But let's be honest, you don't care about any of this, you care about the gameplay. And I gotta say, this was a fun and addicting game to play. Heck, it's almost as addictive as making fun of Jump Force. Speaking of Jump Force, this game is honestly way better than Jump Force. Let me tell you why. You can punch, kick, grab, block, and do a couple special moves in this game just like any other fighter really. But there are a couple of things you can do as well that makes this such a blast to play. One such thing is the way they implemented dodges into the game. There are two ways you can dodge, either by shifting left or right to dodge, or teleporting behind a fighter. Now, you might be wondering, why are there two ways to dodge? Is it because Sakura's BO is so bad we need to avoid it at all costs? Yes. No, it's because depending on which dodge you do, you can avoid different attacks. For example, dodging left and right avoids the majority of special attacks, but you can't dodge close-up punches or powerful attacks. This leaves us with the other dodge, the teleporting dodge. This dodge allows you to pretty much avoid all attacks, but it does come at the cost of depleting your meter, which means if you spam the teleport dodge, you basically will never get your super attack. And trust me, the super attack is pretty important in regards to this game. I mean, look how freaking cool it is. Speaking of doing tons of damage, there are frick tons of combos you can do. I mean, just look at how many combos Naruto by himself can do. And it's not like these combos are hard to perform or anything as well, but rather, they are super responsive and surprisingly easy to do, actually motivating me to not spam random buttons for once in a fighting game. Each character has their own combos as well, which, speaking of that, I gotta talk about the characters. Like I said, each character has their own combos, with some having 11 and some having 6. But to make up for less combos, the characters with less combos usually have something unique with their special move. For example, while Naruto has a straightforward attack for his ninja star, Sakura's ninja star curves, is faster, and is much more powerful as well. This not only showcases just how much love and care the developers put into this game, but it also showcases the dedication in balancing the characters to ensure a fair and epic fight. I mean, can you imagine what an unbalanced version of this game would look like? Speaking of looks, everything looks pretty average and is honestly nothing too special. But can we take a second to appreciate how detailed and freaking awesome the backgrounds are during the fights? Each background is pretty unique and had way too much care in regards to them. From the fact that each stage is 100% unique and faithful to the source material, the moving background elements which surprisingly isn't distracting from the main fight, and the giant freaking toad, which may or may not have given me a fear of toads. Anyway, back to the story mode. One of the best things I really liked about the story mode are the custom character interactions the characters have before each fight that matches the story, which yet again really adds to the charm of this game. However, other than that, it pretty much does nothing else to make this game unique or different than any other fighting story mode. which is where one of the biggest weaknesses of this game comes forth. This game is great, but with a story mode that lasts only 20 minutes, that only consists of fighting and no minigames, with the majority of the story being thrown to test route and cutscenes, what's stopping anyone from playing another fighting game that looks and plays better due to how this game is nothing different besides it being Naruto themed? As much as I love this game, it's pretty hard to recommend a game like this due to the fact that there's just better fighters that offer much more than this game. Heck, some of the better games are Naruto games that you'll see more towards the end of the video, are on the same system, and have way much more to offer than this game, making this game completely useless. Okay, not completely useless. I mean, this game has a freaking time mode that's exclusive to this game, which... oh, just times you on how fast you can complete this fight. Even pooping is more fun to speedrun than this.
Gosh freaking darn it!
All joking aside, the last thing to mention that I found pretty cool about this game is the fact that I freaking love how detailed the Estrus mode is. Part of the Estrus mode include the ninja file, which gives you an in-depth look of the character stats, allows you to zoom in close to characters, oh gosh, and to find out their deepest, darkest secrets. Like, did you know that Sakura loves memorizing things? Oh, and also being an annoying...
Biscuits are pretty good, wouldn't you agree? You wanna know what else is good? The fact that this game is so good that they made a sequel to this game, which is called, well, Naruto Path of Ninja 2, how original. Which supposedly has a ton of improvements from the first game, so let's check it out, shall we?
Right away, we witnessed the worst sight ever. Yes, even worse than that creepy toad from the last game, as well as the amount of polygons Toji's cheeks have. It's the fact that Sakura is the main menu navigator. All not joking aside, this game offers less than the last game in terms of modes, but the story is much longer, and the addition of more characters, stages, and notable differences this game makes up for the lack of the time mode, trust me. Firstly, the story. The story mode has a similar story and structure as the last game. The story mode takes place during a random part of an anime, you watch a cutscene, read some tests, and beat the frick out of people. But despite that, pretty much everything else changed. From the cutscenes themselves, a new versus screen, and special events like the transformation scenes and bites. I'm guessing someone stole his Slurpee noodles. This brings me to the gameplay within the story, which had quite a few differences from the last game, starting with the fact that you can team up with other CPUs to beat the frick out baddies, which is totally unfair, especially when it's 3 against 1, but gosh darn it, I honestly love this idea, and it works quite well. Another difference is the fact that, unlike the last game, this game has events that just don't involve fighting, nor does it involve Naruto and Sasuke going kissy kiss.
Gosh freaking darn it!
But rather, these events include fighting many enemies at once.
Oh, so it's a game.
Bang, boom, bam. This part of the game was so fun and super addictive to play. I mean, look at this. And best of all, it gives you the feeling that you were moving around across the stage as well, despite being the same size of any other stage, making this level in particular feel much more realistic, though you are still fighting only one baddie at a time. This brings me to the final thing I need to mention about the gameplay, and that is the fact that it's pretty much the same from the last game, with some minor differences between some animations and moves, but there is one huge improvement, and that's the amount of combos each character has. The average amount of combos each character had last game was 7. Guess how much the average amount of combos are for each character in this game? 10? 11 perhaps? No, it's drumroll please, it's...
Oh, hold on a second.
It's 15, yay! That's right, the game managed to put a bunch of combos on each character, and just like the last game, they are all very simple and quite easy to pull off. Overall, this game is just a better version of the last game, and while the amount of tests the story does still frickin' annoys me, as well as the fact that it still doesn't do anything too notable and unique. Hey, a good game's a good game. Just replace Sakura with Hinata as the main menu girl and it's perfect!
Well, that was quite fun. Unfortunately though, both America and Europe wouldn't get the 3rd or 4th game in the Clash of Ninja series until the Wii era. However, Japan got the 3rd and 4th games of the Clash of Ninja series early and on the GameCube. So let's check out the 3rd Naruto Clash of Ninja game on the GameCube, also known as Gekito Naruto Tenshin 3.
Instead of doing another story mode or doing anything new, this game really focuses on the fighting aspect instead, which is mainly shown by not only the fact there are a total of 29 characters, but also the fact that this game is pretty linear and basic in regards to everything in this game. For example, this game has a mission mode instead of a story mode that covers the Shippuden exam to the Search for Tunes Array arc, which focuses on different aspects and gives requirements in some cases to pass the story, which I honestly prefer than what the first two games did, especially since playing the mission mode also serves as motivation to unlock all the characters as well. I'm just waiting for the day I can finally unlock, well, you know who, Justin Bieber.
Let's freaking go!
The mission mode is perfect for beginners and the 1% of people watching this video who don't know what Naruto is, mainly due to the fact that not only does this game teach you about the controls of the game, which I totally wasn't immature about at all, but also, honestly, you play fighting games for the fighting aspect, not the story, and it serves as a great introduction to newbies to the fighting genre or Naruto games. Speaking of the fighting, it's pretty much like the last two games, but with the inclusion with the new characters that are surprisingly balanced, as well as the cool, unique special moves and special attacks, it's quite the improvement from the previous two games. Well, almost an improvement. One thing combat-wise they changed was the tag team mode, as instead of there being 3 characters fighting against 3 other characters as once like the last two games, this game changed that to a 1 versus 1 fight in which when you kill one person, another one comes, which I'm sure is much better from a balanced and competitive standpoint, but gosh darn it, that's boring.
Okay, sorry, sheesh. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the first game. Overall, did some good and bad things in comparison to the other games, but now it's time for the last Naruto GameCube game. Gekito Naruto Tenshin 4. Is it good or is it Jump Force? Let's find out.
This game is perfect. This game combines everything the first 3 games offered and much more. There's a typical story mode that covers the Sasuke revival arc, a mission mode in which you unlock both new costumes and new characters, and most importantly, a whole bunch of improvements in terms of the multiplayer aspect of fighting, which makes this a much better game. For example, the tag team mode was way more fleshed out, allowing you to swap between each character at any given time, which makes it much more strategic and fun while maintaining a competitive standpoint as well. Plus, it's pretty humorous seeing Sakura suddenly turn to a scary red monster. Speaking of the gameplay, yet again it's pretty much the same, but there are a couple of interesting differences though, with my favorite change being what is known as the body replacement technique, which allows you to use a double attack to block attacks while you counter attack, which made combos much more satisfying to pull off, as well as gave me an identity crisis.
Dang, I'm hot. No, my kissing practice partner!
Wanna know what else is sick? Dodging. That's right, now you can dodge while running as well, which I never did because dodging is for wimps. All joking aside, just like the other games, there really is nothing that special about this game besides the fact that it's a Naruto game, but this game is the perfect game for multiplayer fighting GameCube fun, or for any Naruto fan for that matter.
Wow, that's pretty much everything new I found while playing that game. Phew, thank goodness, I am done. Naruto fighting and bullying Sakura is fun, but man, I'm tired. You know what? I'm going to sleep.